You want to know why the grand wizard in the White House that craps his diaper is bombing Iran? I'm going to tell you. Grab a candy bar. Let's look at AIPAC donations for the Trump administration. And I ran all these this morning. Donald Trump took $230 million. J.D. Vance, $167,000. But in 2022, J.D. Vance, Trump's lapdog, took $15 million from Peter Thiel, who is a white nationalist that runs the Heritage Foundation, and he's just an awful human being. Marco Rubio, $1 million. Mike Waltz, $246,000. Money, money, money. Now let's look at the members of Congress. George Latmer, $19.1 million. Adam Schiff, $9.5 million. Kamala Harris, $9.4 million. Glenn Ivey, $7 million. Nancy Pelosi, $2.3 million. John Fetterman, my least favorite Republican, $1.8 million. Hakeem Jeffries, $1.7 million. Peter Aguilar, $1.2. Steve Scalise, $1.1 million. Mike Johnson, $1 million. Eric Swalwell, $1 million. Marsha Blackburn, $587,000. All of them. Left, right, middle, all over the place. I voted for Harris, but I'm calling balls and strikes. They are making millions and millions and millions of dollars for their political campaigns. Now, who is AIPAC? I pulled up the top 10 people. Jan Koum, Koum, net worth $17.1 billion. And these are donations in the last election cycle. $7.4 million. All with Israel ties. Many of them are Jewish. Miriam Adelson, net worth $34.6 billion. Donated $5 million. She got the money from her husband who passed away. Jonathan Jacobson, net worth $750 million. Donated $4.5 million. David Zalek, net worth $3.6 billion. Donated $2 million. Paul Zinger, net worth $6.7 billion. Donated $2 million. And of course, Robert Kraft, worth $1.3 million, who pays for a stripper and a hooker, donates $1 million. I'm sorry, his net worth is $11.1 billion. They're all rich people, screwing everybody in this country. Now, here's the kicker. This is where it gets really nasty. So all these people are getting money from Israel, okay? All of them on both sides of the aisle. And they do not speak out against the genocide that's happening in Gaza. And let's be very clear. Israel, has a right to defend itself. What Hamas did was bad. But you don't murder 80,000 goddamn people, including 20,000 children. You don't cut off food supplies. You don't destroy 85% of their damn country because a couple of people did a bunch of bad shit and say they're just defending themselves. That's a genocide. That's what that is. Benjamin Netanyahu should be buried under a prison and left to rot. And he can spend eternity with Jeffrey Epstein. See, it's not hard. Go ahead, Hakeem Jeffries. The floor is all yours, you fucking coward. But I digress. So they give all this money to the people of the Congress and the Senate. And guess who funds Israel? Oh, yes, the people that got the money from Israel. Since 1947, we've sent $300 billion. $300 billion to Israel. Why? What has Israel done for us? Not a goddamn thing. Zero. Because fake white Christians weaponize stupid white people to say that it's the Holy Land of God. Let me be very clear. I was named after Paul. Okay. I've read the Bible and I'm reading the books of the Apocrypha. I consider myself an imperfect person of faith. But I can tell you right now that Jesus would be mortified if he was here today about a place that says that they are God's land murdering 20,000 children. And it's disgusting that anybody would support that. It is vile. But that's what's happening because they have this blind loyalty to a strip of land on the other side of the world that does not a goddamn thing for the United States except use us like an ATM machine. These congressmen and Senate pass all this money. Now, who builds the equipment? Because that's the part that gets dark and ugly. And I looked up the top couple of companies. Boeing, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, General Dynamics, Caterpillar, and on and on and on. Now, why is that important? Lockheed Martin as an example. In April 28th, 2025, the Defense Department announces 2 cost-plus incentive fee contracts awarded to Lockheed Martin in coordination with Israel. Contract value, $26.774 million to enhance the F-35 Lightning II. Boeing, December 29th, 2025. Oh, look, a $8.58 billion contract for 25 new F-15IA fighter jets with an option to pick up another 25 additional aircraft. Raytheon, November 2025, an Iron Dome contract worth $1.25 billion. Who do you think that they donate to? Yes, the people in the Congress and the Senate. That's right. The people that approve the funding for Israel that are getting money from Israel, and they're all doing a big circle jerk. So the members of our Congress, our White House, the Senate, they're all playing us. They all funded the genocide that happened in Gaza. And when you see the Grand Wizard, while he's crapping his diaper, making AI videos of Trump Hotel in Gaza, he's not kidding. That's what he wants. One of the people that took millions and millions of dollars was a guy named Wesley Bell. This is their letter from AIPAC on their website. When he won his election, AIPAC congratulates Wesley Bell for his consequential victory over an incumbent anti-Israel detractor. Representative Bush is the second squad member to have been soundly rejected by voters. Again, George Latimer defeated Representative Jamal Bowman just a few weeks ago. Israel is running this country. Period. Hard stop. They are flooding the zone with misinformation, with money, with ads, and they're putting billions and billions and millions and millions of dollars into our country. John Fetterman, again, my least favorite Republican, was texting Sean Hannity the night that the Grand Wizard was bombing Iran. He's taken almost $2 million from AIPAC. And he sees no problem with it because he's getting money. So this is why the white supremacist in the White House is doing this. It's to appease Benjamin Netanyahu. And the reality is, what my gut tells me is Benjamin Netanyahu has a lot of awful stuff about Jeffrey Epstein. I really believe that. I believe that everything going on right now, a lot of it, it's a bunch of rich white men with a lot of money, a lot of lawyers who are using their money and their power to silence anybody who goes against them. I think this is all related. All of it. I don't know how. I can't prove it. It's what my gut tells me. There's too many things that fall in line with that line of thought. This is why I say that both parties are two sides of the same coin. I voted for Harris. I don't like that she took all that money at all. Don't like it. I call balls and strikes. I don't get stuck in a cult, and I'm not stuck in tribalism. We're being played while 2/3 of this country live paycheck to paycheck, while 14 million kids go to school hungry. 42 million people need taxes just to eat? And we're sending $3.3 billion last month that the Congress once again just pushed through to Israel. They have universal health care in Israel. We're funding universal health care in a country on the other side of the world that none of us will never even visit. Why? Because they're buying them. They're rewarding them for their money so they can stay in power and screw you and me. This is the reason that I don't want to run for office, because we don't want to actually put these laws in place to stop this. The dark money, the AIPAC, all of it. And the icing on the cake is Citizens United. Elon Musk gave $300 million to Donald Trump. $300 million. One of the richest men in the world, if not the richest man in the world. How are you and I, when 2/3 of this country live paycheck to paycheck, how is that considered a fair democracy? When rich people get to tell us who to vote for, which ads to watch, what marketing, what propaganda to listen to. It's not. This is not an actual true democracy. It is the illusion of a democracy. And our government is bought and paid for by Benjamin Netanyahu. When are we going to wake up? We're all being played by rich, let's be real, rich white people. That's what we've done since 1619. We're getting screwed. And they've convinced part of this country that the other team is the problem, when the reality is the people that actually have the power and the money, the Congress, the Senate, probably the cabinet, they're all screwing us to enrich themselves and their friends. Have a good day.